welcome back to White Mountains Today. We are back in the studio, and with Liam Brenner, who is dressed very well today. We send out the memo what you're supposed to wear. And Liam, we are going to talk about the Shawnee Peak Challenge that is coming up on Shawnee Peak on October 23rd. And that's the right date, right? Did I get
That's
that
correct.
Right? Oh, good. Phew. October 23rd. So just a little bit less than a month away.
Correct.
And we've been talking about it for a while. We got some graphics that we're going to show you as we're going along. So Liam, let's talk about the Shawnee Peak Challenge. Let's start right with that. How do you best describe what's going to go on?
Yeah, what we've tried to do is take the combination of large-scale events, hundreds or thousands of people, and combine them with the obstacle course. And our theme specifically is building obstacles that are of a scale that you would see in a military course, but really designing it in a way that you can either go out there and hammer away and try to win. And we've got this thing called the Champions Heat, where the top finishers will get to run the course again. But for most people out there, it's about just experiencing something that's different and unique.
Well, it's very cool. I mean, it's one of those things that, we all did as kids. You go over the mattresses in the backyard and everything else. How long is the course at Shawnee Peak?
The course is between 2 or 3 miles. The exact distance isn't particular, but it's about 15 obstacles that we've built.
Yeah.
It should take the average person about an hour to go out there and go through the course.
And there's the course right there. So you're kind of going, around the mountain there. You're going uphill and downhill.
Correct.
And one of the great things I read on the website that you've gone uphill and you're like, oh, I finally get to go downhill. But the downhill is not just a stroll down the hill.
Nope, there's more obstacles. The goal at every part of the course is to have some sort of interaction with different obstacles or challenges to keep you motivated as you go through. We're also going to have cadre on the course, which are all former military instructors, not just military personnel, but people who have gone through specific courses to keep you motivated. So when you really hit those tough obstacles and you need a little push, they're there to give you the right incentive.
Now, how tough this is this something that the casual adventure guy will do, or is this for a little bit more hardcore?
Up here in mountain country, just about anybody could do it. I mean, if you're a hiker, you're a skier, you can go out there and do the course, and you might not win, but you're going to have an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And it's about being out there and doing things that you're never going to do anyplace else. Going over a 14-foot cargo net is actually a lot of fun.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. I bet. We've done the bouncy thing. The one they have at Cranmore in the play center, where you get to go up and over. It's all foam and or air inflated, which is a lot of fun. And this is good for men or women. Men and women.
And we actually have a kids course too.
Okay. Now, what's the youngest age that you want to have on the big course?
On the big course, the age limit I think is 16.
Okay. So, but it's a great event. I mean, it looks to be a great event. We went on the website earlier. We were talking about it. The ShawneePeakChallenge.com.
Correct.
Has the video. It describes all of the activities that are going to go on. It just looks like a great thing. And let's talk about the people who are designing and building the course too.
Yeah, so our background is coming out of large-scale events, particularly marathons, but when we wanted to do this, we just didn't want to do it with our experience. We wanted to go out there and have excellent people that we could rely on. We were able to find a gentleman who's been 10 years in the Army and special operations and an instructor in those formats. He's been an instructor on the Ranger courses, Green Beret courses, and SEER, and he's the person that designed our course, figured out where each obstacle could go, and really tried to figure out a way that this course can be a lot of things to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. You're incredibly fit and you want to go out there, it's about time. You're out there, you're a hiker, you're a skier, it's about the experience. And because of his expertise in laying the course out, it's a lot of people that can do this course. And then on the engineering side, we actually have a former Army Corps of Engineer, Ivy League educated individual who's actually designing the build of these obstacles. So how do we build these cargo nets? How do we make them really strong?
Yeah. And what's I think is important is that you're not just taking these things like this barrier wall and just going, oh, here's a spot, we're going to plop it down here. It's been figured out with the land. I mean,
we've walked the course 3 times, and every time we've moved them. And the barrier walls is a great example because we don't want people to get to an obstruction or an obstacle and they get stuck because there's a line. So the barrier walls, we have 2 rows of barrier walls. So the idea is that we're going to have people there instructing people that are really hammering it, going fast, stay to the left.
Yeah.
People that are moving along at a different pace, stay to the right.
Kind of like going through airport security.
Exactly.
Well, it sounds like a great event, and I imagine this is probably just the beginning. I mean, this is something that hopefully people have a chance to do this year and the next year, and maybe do some other places too.
We'd love to come back to the mountains next year, and our goal next year is actually to have a national series of 6 to 8 events across the country. And this is where we're starting.
And that's great because then obviously people can do the different challenges. They can, the thing about this too is that because you're also doing one down in Massachusetts in November in Marshfield, and that will be a totally different course because it's on flat land. And
a completely different course, and even if we come back next year, it'll be a different course every year. The beauty of this type of event is that it can evolve, and every year you can have, wow, what's that obstacle, and that's different, and you can change things out and make it fun.
And you can build around it a little. If there was a backlog on one thing, you move it around and you do everything else. But
exactly.
It sounds like such a great thing. So that's coming up October 23rd, and
about the obstacles?
I'm sorry. Sure, let's look at some of the obstacles there. Obviously, monkey bars.
Yeah, we're doing a monkey bar box, but instead of just your average monkey bars, there's 6 rows of monkey bars so that we can get a lot of people across. And if you fall, you're going to fall into what's called
a snake pit? No.
No, it's basically a 2-foot pit deep of water. So, you can't do the monkey bars, you fall into the water, then you got to run out.
Yeah.
We've got things called the commando ropes where you have to actually haul yourself up backwards and scooch across these ropes. We've always got the cargo nets, and our cargo nets just aren't one cargo net. There's 3 sets of cargo nets, 14 feet, 10 feet, and 8 feet, and that's how you finish the race.
Oh, that's great. That'll be a lot of fun. So go to ShawneePeakChallenge.com, and you can register there. And it is you do want to try to register sooner as opposed to later because you have a better deal, of course.
Correct.
Earlier registration.
Does this keep moving or get shot?
No, you don't. You don't get shot, Megan. Megan's in the other room. It's not that kind of challenge. So, but if you register between September 18th and October 15th, it's a $95 registration. And then after October 15th, it's what they call a walk-up registration for $105. So definitely it's a good deal to register ahead of time.
Correct.
You can do that online, get all the information that you need. So.
Everything you need to know is there, and if you have any questions, an email's on the website, and you can email us.
Well, it sounds great. It sounds like it's going to be a wicked good time, as we'd say over there in Maine. So
perfect.
All right. Well, Liam, want to thank you for joining us this morning, and definitely check that out, ShawneePeakChallenge.com. And we'll be back in a minute here on White Mountains Today.
The Freiburg Fair, Maine's Blue Ribbon Classic.